Uh,
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Good
Hello.
morning. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. We will be starting soon. Maybe just let's wait 1 more minute for the people that are still joining us. Okay, I see 25 people watching, and still some of them are joining.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jana Drškova, and I welcome you on the info session of new project WeRise. I will very, very slowly start, if it is okay for you. Just at the beginning, one information. This info session is recorded, so please, if you would like to not show your face or your name or something, just disactivate your camera. We will have as well during the day some possibility for the questions. It will be at the end of the session, and we will start with a short introduction of the project. Yes, you will receive all recordings and everything, all the presentation you will receive by I think by end of today or tomorrow. Here you can see at the beginning agenda of the day. So we will go very quickly via the program to introduce you WeRise. Then about the application process, selection process. Of course, we will summarize everything. Then we would like to ask you for the family picture, because we would like to share it on our social medias. And then there will be, as I promised, Q&A time. So for your questions and answers, if you will have in the meantime some questions, you can definitely ask them in the chat. We are here today with my colleagues. I will maybe start with that. My name is Jana Drškova. As I said at the beginning, I work as a project manager at BPI France. Today we have two main speakers. It's Joanna Pereira, that she is a coordinator of the project WeRise, and my colleagues Alex Lecoq, that she is a manager for the open call. So you will hear from both of them about the WeRise project and about the opportunity, how you can receive funding and acceleration services from the WeRise project. And just to add, not just me is today with you as a moderator, but we have as well a couple of our colleagues connected from the consortium. Mainly, I would mention Giuseppe Mele, that he will be answering as well your questions. And I see as well Afin from G-Force. So if you will have any questions specifically, you can definitely ask us. So thank you. I will now give a floor to Joanna.
Hi, thank you, Jana. So hello, everyone, and welcome to the WeRise Info Day webinar. So as Jana said, my name is Joana Pereira from Fast Track, and I'm very happy to be here with all of you. So first of all, we are going through some information about the program. So we'd like to start. So who are we? So WeRise is a European-funded project with the main goal to empowering underrepresented female entrepreneurs in GreenTech, AgriTech, and ClimateTech through a strategic blend of funding and tailored support. So the project aims to amplify the market presence of high-potential women-led startups, particularly from emerging European economies. So WeRise is formed by a consortium of 5 European entities. So Fast Track Ventures, which is based in Portugal. It's a VC firm focused on deep tech, working closely with the ventures to support entrepreneurs to become investment ready. G-Force, based in Slovakia, is a pre-seed VC investment fund for climate tech startups. Then we have Toro Ventures, based in Spain, which is a financial advisor and strategic business consultancy company. And we have also Sunrise Tech Part based in Lithuania. It's a non-profit organization committed to fostering entrepreneurship, advancing clean tech, and promoting digitalization. And last but not least, we have BPI France, which is the French Public Investment Bank. So following this initial presentation about the project, we'll now focus on the project itself. So as we mentioned, WeRise is looking for female-led startups in the sectors of GreenTech, AgriTech, and ClimateTech. So who is eligible to participate in this program? So again, women-led startups, and this means a company that is compliant with the SME definition of provided by the European Union, with a woman as a co-founder or CEO, CTO, or CSO at the time of application. The companies must be operating in the fields of green tech, agri-tech, and climate tech. They must be deep tech startups, so meaning that the startup must show evidence of development of advanced and disruptive technologies. And the companies must be founded before the 1st of January 2024. The startups must also be legally established in the European member states or associated countries to arise in Europe, and a preference will be given to moderate and emerging innovator countries, and at least 60% of the participants should come from these countries. And finally, the applicants must also meet at least one of these two transversal criteria, which is either the maturity level, so with the product market fit with TRL 6 to 8 and validated by initial clients, or the funding stage, where the companies must have raised at least 300K in public or private funding. So all applications shall meet these eligibility criteria throughout the entire program duration. Okay, so in this slide, we just show the details of moderate and emerging innovator countries as defined by the European Innovation Scoreboard. So please note that this classification is at national level, not regional level. So it's the country-based classification. Okay, the next slide, please. So regarding the sectors, as we mentioned, we are looking for startups in these three sectors. So we'll just give a brief information about each one of these three sectors. So AgriTech refers to the application of advanced technologies and digital innovations to enhance agriculture practice, improve productivity, sustainability, and efficiency, and reduce the environmental impact, including the impact on biodiversity. So this includes, for example, precision farming technologies, smart irrigation, alternative proteins, vertical farming, etc. The green tech area refers to innovative technologies and business models that promote the environmental sustainability, improve resource efficiency, and reduce the negative ecological impacts. And this sector can cover, for example, renewable energy solutions, energy efficiency, circular economy solutions, sustainable materials, water conservation, and so on. And finally, ClimateTech refers to technologies, solutions, and innovations aimed at mitigating climate change, reducing carbon emissions, and enhancing climate resilience. And this includes, for example, carbon capture, climate-smart infrastructures, climate finance, and nature-based solutions. Okay, so now looking into the WeRise journey. So the program will support in total 40 women-led startups in 2 cohorts. So this means that 20 startups will be selected in each open call. And has a total of 1.2 million euros of financial support to third parties. So the program is structured in 2 phases, and we will see more details about these 2 phases in the next slides. So the first phase, which is the nurture phase, we will select 20 startups that will enter a 3-month support program. So during this period, the startups will develop a strategic action plan, which is basically a roadmap tailored to each startup's growth objectives. And they will also benefit from specialized training workshops on topics such as investment readiness or market expansion. They will also have access to a curated learning nuggets library, offering a bit-sized on-demand insights that the startups can access anytime. Dedicated business coaching, meaning that each startup will be assigned with a personal coach from our expert partners. And finally, collaborative peer learning through structured thematic roundtables and peer review sessions. On the other hand, the phase 2, the bloom phase, WeRise will select 10 of the most promising startups from the initial 20 selected in phase 1. And this acceleration stage will have a duration of 4 months, and startups will move from planning to execution with a strong focus on investor matchmaking, stakeholder engagement, and strategic business development. So during this period, the startups will implement their strategic action plan, so focusing on the product development and market expansion and investor engagement. And then they will also benefit from one-on-one business coaching, advanced workshops, fireside chats, and interactive Q&A sessions with industry experts, investor matchmaking activities, and networking and market exposures through matchmaking sessions, and also the showcase and investor demo day. So besides the support that we showed in the previous slides, the selected startups will also receive funding. So for phase 1, the 20 startups will receive 5,000 euros each that will be paid upon the signature of the sub-grant agreement. And for phase 2, the 10 selected startups will receive 50K that will be paid in accordance with a payment distribution. So this means that 50% will be paid with a sub-grant agreement signature, 40% will be paid after the midterm checkpoint, and the final 10% will be paid after the participation on the showcase event, which represents the end of the support program. Okay, so how can startups use this funding support? So for phase 1, the 5,000 euros can cover for participation to international events, conference, exhibitions, and fairs, and also the travel expenses for these events, as well as meeting with investors or other stakeholders. On the other hand, for phase 2, the funding support can be used for, as you can see, different activities that can go from for the development of the product, technology improvement, demonstration activities, access to infrastructures, growth hacking experience, activities related with business, the development of new business models or sales efficiency enhancement, pricing model development as well, and also including the participation of international events and the travel expenses to go to these events and participate in other meetings with other stakeholders. Okay, so now we move to the application process, and I leave the floor to Alex.
Yes, thank you, Joanna. So hi everyone, so I'm Alex from BPI France, and so I will quickly go through the application process. So it's in 5 steps, but really it's quite easy. And so the first step is to find the greenhouse community on the Euroquity platform. So you can scan the QR code right now, but we will send you all the relevant links after the webinar, and yeah, you have many ways to access it. And also you will receive the presentation. So the step 2 is to register on the Euroquity platform or log in if you already have an account. Then you have to ask to join the greenhouse community, and so you can expect a short delay before being accepted, because I have to first check your eligibility and if you can be a part of the community and if your profile is okay. And just for your information, it's named Greenhouse and not Re-Rise, because we would like to keep this community active even after the program. And also, if you are not accepted in the program, you can stay in the community. We will share with you other opportunities, like any relevant opportunities for you. Maybe we'll organize some webinars and pitch session. Then once you have been approved by me in the greenhouse community, you can click on apply to the open call button, and it will lead you directly to this application form, so the application form of Re-Rise. So you have to complete the different sections and to upload the declaration of owner, like to sign the declaration of owner and upload it in the form before submitting it. And you can download this declaration of owner in the data room section in the greenhouse community. You can also, just for your information, you can also save, like you can start filling out your form and save it for later. Like you can do it in several times. If you have any questions for us or for your colleagues, you can go back later to your form. And so your application will be reviewed by our evaluation committee, but I will leave the floor to Joanna to explain you the selection process.
Okay, thank you, Alex. Okay, so now explaining a bit how the selection process works. So the selection process for the open call was designed to ensure fairness, transparency, and adherence to the principles of inclusivity and impartiality throughout the program. And the same process will be applied to both phases, so phase 1 and phase 2 of the open call. So as you can see here, the first step is the submission and initial review. So applications are submitted through the AgriTech platform, as Alex mentioned, and then the eligibility check team will review the applications for compliance with the eligibility criteria. The following step is the assignment of the evaluators, and applications will be distributed among the evaluation committee members. So each application will be assigned to 2 evaluators for an independent review. The next step will be the scoring of the application. So evaluators will access the applications based on the predefined evaluation criteria, and the scores and justifications will be recorded in standardized templates. Then we'll have the consensus meeting. So if there are any discrepancies between the evaluator scores, the evaluators and the evaluation committee chair will meet to discuss and resolve the differences, and then the final score is determined through consensus. And then we have the final selection, where applicants will be ranked based on their final scores, and the top ranked proposals that meeting the required quota, they will be selected to enter the program. And then the final step is the feedback and results communication. So all applications will receive the evaluation feedback. We'll also like to mention again that the possibility to apply for phase 2 of the Re-Rise support program is reserved only to the startups that were selected for phase 1, that have completed the 3-month support program and also developed their strategic action plan. Okay, now I will give you some information about the evaluation criteria. So for phase 1, there are 3 main evaluation criteria that evaluators will follow. So the first one is the alignment of the proposal with the Re-Rise objectives. The second one is related with the review of the application form. So here the evaluators will analyze, the team core composition, their skills, experience, and so on, the excellence and innovation, so the level of innovation of the solution, the TRL level of the product, and so on, and the impact, the market definition and sizing, the competitive landscape, the scalability of the business model. And the third criteria and the final criteria is the review of the ERL assessment. So this is evidence, they will check the evidence of connected with the results of the ERL assessment. So just to give a quick overview of this investment readiness level assessment, if you can go to the next slide, please. So this is a self-assessment to evaluate the investment readiness of the startups, where we ask applicants to provide quantitative scores to a set of questions within the topics of entrepreneurial idea and innovation, the team, product, market, impact, and finance. Okay, then for phase 2, there are 2 main evaluation criteria. So the first one is the alignment to WeRise objectives, and the second one is the completeness and coherence of the strategic action plan that was developed in phase 1. So all criteria have the same weight and the maximum score is 10. And also just a quick overview here about what is the strategic action plan. So the main components of this roadmap that the startups will have to develop in phase 1 are the goals that should be clear and measurable, a strategy development, meaning the pathway to achieve the goals proposed, an action plan with detailed steps, responsible parties, and timelines, performance indicators, so a set of KPIs that will allow to measure progress, and a realistic implementation timeline and milestones. Okay, and then I will leave the floor again to Alex.
Thank you. So quickly to sum up, a quick overview of the timeline. So the open call was launched on March 12 and it will close on May 14. So you still have quite some time to submit your application, but of course I would recommend you to start as soon as possible like that. If you have any question or if you need any assistance, you have quite some time to ask us. And so the eligibility check and evaluation part will be around the end of May and the beginning of June. So you can expect like a response from us if you are accepted or not, like sometime in June. And the program will officially start for the phase 1 in July 2025. And so what to expect for you as a startup? It's a financial support up to 55K, tailored coaching and mentorship, and access to a wide range of investors and corporates, specialized trainings depending on your needs, a showcase event where you'll be able to present your startup in front of investors, and of course a supportive community of founders, investors, and industry leaders. And so now I will leave the floor to Jana. We'll take a family picture.
Yes, so, thank you very much. And then this is the stage when I would like to ask you if you are okay with that, to activate your camera and to take a family picture that we would like to present and to publish on our social media. WeRise, LinkedIn, Twitter, or X. I think we are even on the Facebook and Instagram, so please follow us. And I see quite a few faces already, so please, Giuseppe, if you can take a couple of...
We have too many. I can try to... Okay, let's say if we say no. Okay. I need to take 3 shots.
Yes, please, take even more.
But there are still some camera half. Okay, if you want, you can... Okay, just 1 second. Okay. Come on.
Okay.
Sorry, I just
Perfect. No, thank you. No, thank you very much for doing that. And thank you for activating your camera. I see a lot of faces, so I'm very, very happy for that. We will move back to the presentation, and just to sum up, what we were saying, and now is the floor for the questions. I see a couple of questions already in the chat, but the first, if you have any question in your mind that you would like to ask directly, please you can raise your hand and we will give you floor to ask the question. First, maybe I will start. Okay, I see already some hands, so please, if you can, you can activate your microphone. Yes, perfect.
Yeah. Yes, thank you very much. Hello, thank you for the presentation. I am a co-founder of a startup called Geodesic Life. We create prefabricated eco-friendly dome houses. And we already started the application process, and we see that according to self-assessment, we have kind of medium between 3 and 4 in like if to take the medium score out of all these numbers. Do you think that it is relevant for us to continue application if we have such scores? Because we're like working on investment readiness right now and plan to finalize it to some next level by autumn. But the call is now. So what do you suggest? Thank you.
Thank you very much for your question. So probably, Joanna, if you can answer, I will maybe just summarize the question about the investment readiness level. What is, the best answers and what you would suggest for the application?
So the ERL assessment is to understand the level of investment readiness of the startup. And what the evaluators will check is the evidence connects the replies that the startup is providing. So not so much about the stage where they are, because it's, of course, the different startups are in different stage of investment readiness, but just to understand the level that they are, and if their know-how, internal know-how of their stage is really connected with how they are really their reality. And that's what the evaluators will check, the evidence connected to the replies with the other information in the application form. So you can continue, yes, please, to do that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So thank you for the question. I hope it was clear. It was clear. So based on
thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Second hand, I see Diane. If you have a question, you can activate your mic now and we will answer your question. Can you hear us? Diane, you can activate your microphone and ask the question.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
I'm here. So, well, sorry, I was not there from the beginning. I don't know the condition of, well, I have a startup. I am the founder. Can we be one founder? First question. And so I am the female founder, and I have already the team and so on, but I don't know at which step of the development of the startup we can participate. Is it from the beginning, or even we, for example, my step is that we have already, it's in the health sector, we have already built a prototype, a little prototype, but it was during the pandemic crisis. And so it's for decontamination of the pathogens. But after the crisis, I saw that we are not competitive enough. And so I developed more ideas to add some items that provide us added value and talking with the users, of course. So we have to now add some different elements to the prototype to make it more updated and to have the final MVP, but we already work together and I have all the team around me. Is it possible then to participate? I don't know which condition you said.
Thank you very much for the question. If I may to ask you, Alex, to go back on the first one of the first slides, it was about the condition and eligibility.
Yes.
And I would give the floor again to Joanna to sum up with the eligibility.
So thank you for your question. So regarding the first question, yes, one co-founder it's eligible. Again, it must be a woman-led startup, so either a co-founder or a woman in the position of CEO, CTO, or CSO. Regarding the level of the startup, so again, all startups must comply with this eligibility criteria. And Alex, if you can go to the next slide, you have to meet at least one of the transversal criteria, and this is related with the level of maturity of the company, right? So you have to either meet the maturity level, which means that your solution is in TRL level 6 to 8 and validated already by initial clients, or you have to have comply with the funding stage criteria, which means that the startup must have raised at least 300K in public or private funding. Is it clear? Yes.
Well, it means that we are not yet at the TRL 6. So, well, with the previous prototype, we could say yes, but we want to improve this prototype. So certain part have TRL 6 and other not. So can we then participate, because we have some part of TRL 6, even 8, and we already test in an laboratory killing COVID strain. But we focus other, of course, pathogen, because the COVID is not the only one where everybody focus. This is my question. My other question is about the climate. So your three sectors. My product is absolutely green. So because it was a willingness to have a green product for different reasons, but we do not act our project is not in favor of, I don't know, protecting the Arctic or something like that. But given it's a green product, can we and a GreenTech? No, it's more yes. A GreenTech, it's not aiming to promote environmental sustainability, but it participates to that, because I was aware, and I want that all products are green, and the future one too. Can we participate and highlight this part?
So if I can reply, so well, we don't have the entire picture, so we cannot give you a full response if it is compliant with the sectors or not. What we can mention is that GreenTech, the definition of GreenTech technologies, are technologies that promote the environmental sustainability, resource efficiency, and reduce the negative ecological impacts. So we have to check if it meets this definition. And regarding the maturity level, so the evaluators will evaluate the solution or your product startup as a whole. So we have to think about the entire TRL level of the whole solution, not the specific parts, and that what would be evaluated is the solution as a whole.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for the questions and for the answers. And next, I still see some hands up. Marisol, you have the floor now. You can activate your microphone and ask your question.
Thank you so much. I'm calling from Denmark, and I represent business in the ecosystem. So I'm asking a question just so that I can assess which companies would be relevant to apply. So these three sectors, is there a summary outline detailing exactly what are you looking for to support within GreenTech, AgriTech, and CleanTech? Is there like a extended list, like usually in Horizon projects, there's an extended list with objectives and deliverables that are expected within these sectors? Thank you.
Thank you very much for your question. I see, Giuseppe, you would like to answer probably.
You can read my mind. It's warning. No, just joking. Yes, Marisol, thanks a lot for your question. Okay, just to, I'm simplifying a lot now. I'm aware of that, but basically, regarding the technology verticals we are targeting with this open call, in short, we are targeting any innovation or technology which is related to GreenTech, ClimateTech, and AgriTech at the intersection with deep tech. Okay, so if you are developing a deep tech solution, deep tech is quite wide as a definition, as you know. And if you want to know more, we have provided a very detailed definition in the open call document, which we invite you to read carefully before applying. But basically, if you are developing any deep tech solutions which somehow affects, and you're able to describe the impact on AgriTech, on ClimateTech, so a more efficient use of resources, reducing of GHG emissions or similar things, then this call is up for you. Then there are the eligibility criteria that our colleague Joanna already explained, and also Alex, of course. So you must be established in a specific country. And you must be a women at the company. This is a short. I don't know if I answered to your question, Marisol, or if you have anything to ask more.
So just to repeat that.
No, thank you.
No. Okay,
Yeah.
just to repeat
Okay.
that all description, like let's say extended a list of all what is mean under GreenTech, under sustainability tech or climate tech, AgriTech, you will find in the open call document. What we can also, of course, share with you after the call, and we will be sharing that with all registered participants today. Sorry, the next, I can see that Claudia has some questions.
Yes, I have a few. So could you please let us know what the time commitment is for phase 1 and phase 2? And if you feel that this call is more relevant to early stage startups, I don't know if we even call ourselves a startup anymore. We have raised $4 million. We meet the criteria, and we want to make sure that this benefits us. We have, for example, investors already who have obviously invested previously, but we're looking for the next round, and really always keen to engage with other investors, particularly in the AgriTech space, which we don't really have a lot of at the moment. So we can see the value of this, but I don't know if it's really for companies like us who have raised, significant investment already and can benefit from the program. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Joanna, if you can answer this question.
Yeah, so thank you, Claudia. Regarding the time commitment, as you can see in this slide, so the program is structured in 2 phases, and each phase is very intensive. So for phase 1, it's a 3 months intensive support program. So we are expecting startups to be really engaged during this time. There will be several activities that will have to be conducted by the startups with their participation. So have in mind that there will be a 3 months intensive work on the program. And then if the startup is selected for phase 2, after this 3 months period, there will have a 4 months acceleration program, which also will be a 4 months intensive program. So we expect the full participation of the top management of the startup in these activities of the program. In terms of the level of the company, so it's not really focused on very, very early stage companies, because it's more focused to scale up startups, so that must be in a more advanced stage. In terms of your particular case, so as we don't have a lot of information, but you have to really see that in which stage that you are, and if the support that we provide, the funding, and also the activities that we'll provide is useful for you, and you will have time to be committed throughout the program.
Great, thank you. And the commitment could come from anyone in the C-suite.
Yes.
Thank you.
Preferably that it will be women. I will just
Yes,
add
women.
this.
Yeah, woman. Yes, sure. Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I see still some hands up. So the next floor I would give to Anna. You can activate your microphone and ask the question, please.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for the presentation. Truly appreciate it. I have a couple questions. I think first question is, luckily for us, we fit in all the criteria, so I'm excited to apply for this. But I am Italian, but my company is based in Iceland, so I'm in this weird, am I emerging country because we don't have to be based in Iceland per se, or am I considered like in a different, because I couldn't really see where my background was being placed in. There I can find where the company is based and so on, but there was nothing about me personally. So that's question one. And then question two is regarding the actual application form. I cannot go back once I finish a page. It won't allow me to go back. And for example, I was finishing my PIC number and I got it after I had already submitted the first page or saved the first page, and somehow I cannot go back to the first page at all. So there's a technical issue that I cannot figure that out. So really appreciate some help.
Thank you very much for the question. Maybe for the first part, for the countries, if Joanna, you can answer, and for the second one, for the application form, Alex, if you can answer.
Yeah. So thank you for your question. So regarding the first question about the establishment of the company, so what is considered is where the company is established, where is registered, the country where it's registered. So if it is registered in Iceland, that's what will count as the origin of the company, not the nationality of the founder, but where the company is registered.
Yes, and just to sum up that all countries are eligible to apply, of course, just the preference will be given to the emerging and moderate innovator countries, but we will be still as well selecting startups from Western Europe, strong innovators, or more developed countries. The question about the application form, Alex, please.
Yeah, for the second question, so I don't really know why it's doing that. So I have noted your first name and the name of your company, and I will have a look after if it's a problem in the settings, but I will contact you after the call. I will have a look right now. And
right,
I don't know why.
Yeah. Thank you so much. But just so you know, like for example, and this is not any shade, but just saying, as someone that is from a moderate country, to be able to set up and build what I built, I had to go to a different country to do that. So it feels a little bit unfair that because I had to go out of my country to be able to achieve the things necessary to build our business, that is not taken in consideration during the application phase, because I think, you know, I left the country for that reason, because we needed to expand, and then we had to go to a stronger country per se to be able to develop what we did. So just putting that out there. But again, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much, Anna, for sharing your experience and fully supporting what you said. It's sometimes very difficult to develop business in emerging regions and countries where it's not possible. But unfortunately, this how the proposal was written and how the European funds are working. It's based on the legal entity where its headquarters or where they are based. So. Next question, Valentina, I see your hand, so you can activate your mic. Yeah.
Yeah, hi, and thank you very much for the presentation. Yeah, I have two questions. So one, just to again repeat what has been said. So the priority will be given to rice countries. So the countries where there is, let's say, less innovation going on, if I understood correctly. Okay, so Belgium is actually strong innovator, so it's got less priority, if I understand correctly as well. And also concerning also the question that have been raised before, I did send the information to my stakeholders concerning the We Rise, but then I kept out the health company, because for me is not the health sector which is the target for this kind of calls, but because even though you have a product that is green in the end, it's still the health sector. So I didn't provide information to my female health companies. But now, listen to your answers. It's not clear. It's not cut clear. So let me know if you think that despite the product that comes out, if a company is a health company, like producing something that concern health, is or not eligible. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Valentina. Joanna, we have two questions. The first one, again, about the countries, and the second one about the sectors verticals.
So thank you. About the countries, so all startups that are established in European member states or associated countries to Horizon Europe are eligible to apply. But the program will provide preference to moderate and emerging innovator countries, and we have a KPI, let's say, of at least 60% of the participants should come from these moderate and emerging countries. But all the EU member states and associated countries can apply and are eligible to apply. Regarding the sectors, so again, we are targeting 3 main sectors, so CleanTech, AgriTech, and ClimateTech. If the startups and their solutions fit within these sectors and the description that we provide here today, and is also available a more detailed description on the open call documentation about what means each of these 3 sectors. If they are providing solutions and operating on these sectors, they can apply, and they're eligible to apply. So with your question about the health, so we need to have more information about what is specific the solution, what is targeting, and if it fits in one of these categories or not. So I hope it's clear, Valentina. I don't know.
Yes and no, because for me, the sector, for example, there was a lady talking about developing a solution for COVID. For me, his health is not GreenTech or ClimateTech is because even though the product is green, I can be recycled or whatever, for me is health. Therefore, I was asking, and I would like to understand better. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, the sectors are these 3 ones, and also interconnected with deep tech. So must be deep tech solutions that covers one of these 3 fields. I don't know, maybe Giuseppe, you can jump in. You have a better explanation.
No, thank you, Joanna. But just to complete the discussion, I mean, this open calling focus on these 3 technological verticals and intersection of with deep tech. Okay, so AgriTech, GreenTech, and ClimateTech. If any startup is operating in any other sector, it's fine for us if they apply to the open call, to the extent that they're able to justify that they clearly fall within one of these 3 technology verticals. I mean, if you are a biotech startup, for example, developing new drugs, I mean, you can be green, you can, I don't know, for whatever reason, contribute to the climate change, to fighting the climate change, but you are a biotech.
Me he puesto a colaborar con esta gente, que es Sandra Escurza, que yo me llevo muy bien con la cancela y de Mingway y todas estas cosas.
Okay, I'm muted.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry for that. But anyway, if you are operating in the medtech sector, healthcare sector, or I don't know, raw material sector, yes, can be fine, whatever it is. The important thing is that you're able to justify that you clearly fall within that sector. Otherwise, you will not be able to meet the eligibility criteria we explained before. Of course, If there is any further question, because you are in a very particular situation, feel free to write us to the email you have here, info@werise.eu, and we will provide a reply that you deserve. And normally, we are very, very fast with this. Within 24 hours, we provide a reply to everyone.
Thank you very much, Giuseppe. The next question is coming from Rosa Maria. If you can activate your microphone and ask the question, please.
Yes, thank you very much. It's a little remark. If you can go back to the slide that shows all the countries, the eligibility for countries. I represent Innovation Norway, so we are an associated country to Horizon Europe, and yeah, I'm just looking. Yeah, it's correct. We are not in. We are not part of this list, so I would appreciate.
Yes, you are among the strong innovators.
Okay. Oh yes, there we are.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah. So we are. We should be part of associated countries as a strong innovator. Good. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sorry for jumping in for you, Rosa Maria, and everyone. After this session, you will see this presentation. Here, you can find the source, which is the European Innovation Scoreboard. If you go there, you can find a card for each EU member state and for all the EU associated countries, which includes also the associated countries to Horizon Europe, with indication of their innovation level according to this scoreboard. And of course, if you should have any further question, as for everything, feel free to write us, and we provide an answer, a reply as soon as possible. Sorry again. And then I think there are two other questions in the list.
Yes. No, don't worry. Very clear. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Andre, please, you have a question. You can activate your microphone. You are muted, because I think I did mute everyone when there was some noise. So you can activate your microphone and ask the question. You don't have any more questions, no? Or you cannot?
I think maybe, Jana, you have to activate.
Okay, now you can. I think it should be working.
Yes, sorry, I was muted. So I'm coming from Planet Care in Slovenia. I'm not worried that we fit the eligibility, but just a question, are you evaluating the company, or because you're talking about a solution, a certain solution has to be applied? Because we have a product that we sell already, and we have a product that's in a development phase. So should I focus on the product that's in the development phase, or are we talking about the whole company as a, potential investment and so on? And we need to scale up and all these things.
Thank you very much for the question. Joanna or Giuseppe, if you have answered directly.
Yeah, I can. Yes, please, John. No, please.
Okay. Thank you for your question, Andre. So the focus is on the startup, not on a specific solution, but the startup as a whole.
Thank you. Thank you. I think it was a clear answer. Okay, the next one, Sniezana, if you can activate.
Yeah, hello everyone. Hi, Giuseppe. So I'm Sniezana. I'm CEO of Hodl NG. We are ClimateTech incorporated in Estonia. And during the presentation, I noted that we need to have a solution validated by initial client. So what does initial client mean? Does that mean that we have already a contract with a client, or does that just mean that is a potential client? That on our case, for example, we did have a prototype validated by we are in energy, LNG, natural gas company. We have validated by 20 companies like Total, like in America, like EQT and Engie and different companies. But they are not our client today, but we are in discussion with them.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. I understood your question. Maybe, Giuseppe want to answer.
I can go, yeah, but it's very quick. Thanks for the questions, Niana. Well, as you can see, regarding transversal criteria, you need to meet at least one. Okay, so one of the criteria you can indicate as an eligibility one is the maturity. So having material between 6 and 8 and having which is already validated by initial clients. Validated doesn't mean that you have a multi-annual contract with them or whatever it is. For example, it can be a pilot, something that you can prove that you already started a kind of collaboration or validation process with them, and you're able to receive feedback. The second transversal criteria, as you can see, so you can read this as or maturity or funding stage. Funding stage, in case you don't have that fit with that TRL range, you can show that you have been already able to raise at least 300,000 euro, and this can be a mix between public and private funds. Okay. I don't know if I've answered to your question. I hope so.
Yes, thank you, Giuseppe. So we have already raised
yeah. So
300K,
if you I know this,
but
yeah.
I like also to highlight the fact that we have validated our solution by any big client, and I can demonstrate that by letter of interest, for example. They send us emails saying, oh yes, we want to see you, we are interested to work with you. This is kind of letter of interest we have, or meeting that we have with Total, for example, at their company with 7 of them. Does that work as an initial client?
Yeah, I mean, if you're able to meet the two transversal criteria, I would say it's fair enough. I mean, eligibility criteria means that these are thresholds, I mean, aspects you need to comply with to apply to our call, to get the chance for being selected for our call, to participate in the selection process. So the minimum requirement is that you meet at least one of the two. If you meet the two criteria, I would say which is good. I mean, in case there is any criticality with one of the criterion, you can always demonstrate that you are able to comply with one of the other.
Okay. Okay, so I understand that you validate the fact that initial client, it's not a contract client, but it's a client in discussion.
Yeah, maybe, sorry, it's just a matter of terminology. Maybe it would be more correct to call this like traction. You can show that there is a traction.
Traction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you. The next question, I still see a lot of hands and a lot of questions in the chat. Diane, if you have another question, you can activate your mic and ask the question.
Maybe, Yana, if you agree, then we can go quite quickly to the questions in the chat. For not to leave them behind.
Okay, there is a question from Katarina. Can you please explain the level of the funding provided to the first stage, and also how many companies will be selected? And the same for the second phase. Third phase doesn't exist, so we have only 2 phases. So maybe we can go back to the slide with the project and how it will be. For the first and the second phase. And in the meantime, Joanna, floor is yours for the answer.
Can you, because I don't see the question, can you repeat the question?
So can you explain the level of the funding provided for the
first
phase?
Yeah.
Then how many companies will be selected, and what will be, the how many companies will be selected for the second phase, and what will be as well the funding for the second phase?
Yeah. So for the first phase, 20 startups will be selected, and they will receive each 5,000 euros. And then from these 20 startups selected in phase 1 that have completed their strategic action plan and are participating in the acceleration, in the support program, the 3-month support program, 10 will be selected. So the most promising one, the ones, the 10, will be selected to enter the second phase, and they will receive 50K and will participate in a 4-month acceleration program.
Thank you very much. There is a very quick question. How many times will VRISE run? So you can see on the slide, it will be 2 times, 2 cohorts. There is a question about ERL assessments. What is it and how the startups should answer this question? So maybe if we can go back, to the slide about the ERL assessment, just very quickly to describe what is it and how they should, provide answers.
So the ERL assessment is a self-assessment. It's basically a questionnaire where startups will score the questions, a set of questions in these 6 categories. They will score from 1 to 5 the questions in terms of self-awareness or on how much they have developed some of the topics. For example, if you already have a go-to-market strategy, so you will score from 1 to 5 how much developed it is go-to-market strategy, for example.
Thank you very much. There is a question in the chat from Efimia. If it is problem, if they already receive European Union funding from AC Accelerator specifically, if it could be a part of the funding that it's required for the applying as a criterion, eligibility criterion.
So again, one of the transversal criteria of the eligibility criteria, it's the funding stage. So the company that has raised at least 300K from public or private funding. So if you have received public funding from the EIC Accelerator, that should be okay. It's not a problem. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. There was a lot of question about the eligibility about the countries, targeted countries. So I think this we discussed already twice. I hope it was clear. I don't know if there are still some questions that you would like to ask. We still have maybe 1 or 2 more minutes if you would like to ask. There is a question that from Rotem. He's saying that his startup is an early stage and how he can get the support from VRISE. I don't know what is exactly under an early stage, but if we are going to eligibility criteria, you can see as well, all criteria. And maybe what we can say that there will be a second open call next year or maybe end of this year, so you can apply for the later. And you can definitely, I think, join the Greenhouse community on the Euroquity platform. Okay, I do not see any more new questions. Just to repeat that all questions we will collect them. We will answer them as well by written answers, and all of them will be uploaded on the webpage in the Q&As part. There is already a lot of explanations you can find on our webpage as well in the open call document, and you can join definitely Greenhouse community on Euroquity platform. If you will have any specific question that you think that we did not answer today, you can definitely reach out to us by sending your question in the email info@VRISE.eu, and we will send you all recordings and documents probably today, end of day, or tomorrow. Thank you very much for your participation. Thank you for to our speakers, Joanna, Alex, Giuseppe. And thank you to you for your participation and for your questions. We are very happy to have you with us. And yes, let's stay in touch. The next info session will be in April, so you can join us. You can find us as well on the AEC Summit. If you are going, there will be a tent for women-led startups. I will be there. So please connect with us. Yes, reach out to us. We are very happy to have you with us. And the deadline for the open call is May 14. So please apply before the deadline. Thank you very much. We wish you have a nice day. And yeah, thank you very much for your participation.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks,
Have a
guys.
nice day.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Thank you.